is good, y'all? It's your boy Ty, back here with another episode of our Extreme Makeover My Team edition. Hopefully I can get to 7, 8, or 9 squads today, so I'm going to try to get through them a little bit quicker. But if you are new and haven't participated in one of these, I put out a tweet usually every Saturday, Sunday, or Monday of every week for Extreme Makeover My Team edition. All you got to do is reply with your squad an MT amount, and I will do my absolute best to improve your squad. So the first squad here was sent in by Baby Mello on Twitter, one of my guys. He says he has 6k MT to work with, which is going to make things a little bit more difficult on me, especially looking at that backup center position. But with that being said, we're gonna make things work. So he has 6,000 MT, and that's a tough kind of proposition here, because what I really want to do is I want to find a way to add Klay Thompson to this squad. I really do, but it's going to be tough to do at this current time. So I see he likes to run stretch bigs, and it's kind of tough because Bill Laimbeer really is that second best stretch big in the game. But if I'm Mello, if I'm Baby Mello, I think you got to find a way to get rid of Bill Laimbeer. He's slow. I mean, it's just to the point where he's getting a little bit outdated. And so the first thing I'm going to do is replace Bill Laimbeer with Willis Reed. And I get Willis Reed isn't anything special, but the thing about Willis Reed is he's decent, and he's decently fast. He's decent enough. He's not super great, but he's decent enough to get by. So that's the first thing I'm doing. I think Willis Reed is a little bit of an upgrade from Bill Laimbeer, and that's the first thing I'm doing. And then I gotta find a way. You have to find a way to try to get Klay Thompson in your lineup. And I know you're quite a bit of empty, but once you sell Doug Christie, you're gonna be a lot closer. Because if I look what Doug Christie goes for right now, let me look real quick. But Doug Christie goes for a decent amount. So once you do that, once you sell Doug Christie, who's gonna go for 20k, Klay, you're basically 20,000 MT away from Klay Thompson. So you got to do what it takes. If you have to sell Boris Diaw for the time being and pick up a budget player, you absolutely need to do so, because you got to find a way to get Klay Thompson into your lineup. Even if you have to just grind a couple hours of triple threat online, it is absolutely worth it to get Klay Thompson in your lineup. And then this is the squad I would rock out with. And this next squad here was set in by my guy Corey, and he says World Be Free and Sam Perkins right now are placeholders, and once his Magic Johnson sells, he's gonna have 300k MT. He also said he's going to have Pink Diamond Steph Curry and George Mikan very soon. And so I'm going to be able to really put together a great squad here. So I'm just going to plug in Steph Curry, because you're going to get him soon, he said. Okay, let's move him right there. And then for now, here's what I'm going to do. You're going to get George Mikan. Whoa, I don't know why I did all that. You're going to get George Mikan, so I'm going to plug Mikan in right here. And so this is really what your squad's looking like now. You sell Porzingis as well. You're going to have a lot more MT to work with. And so what I see here is Sam Perkins has to go. Brian Winters has to go. Those are the first two guys. And if I'm you, I'm picking up Giannis. In my opinion, Giannis is very good in this game. And that's the first guy I'm picking up if I'm you. Now, the second guy, I think you can go a couple different ways here. If I'm you and trying to build the best squad possible, let's say you're going for that Paul Pierce type card, I am going to tell you to pick up Dominique Wilkins. And the reason I say this is because Dominique Wilkins is just so versatile. I love his speed, athleticism, everything about it. So now your squad is looking pretty good. This is looking close to the squad that I went out and played the 250k qualifier with. And this is the squad I would ball out with. This next squad here was sent in by my guy Pony, who is no money spent, and says that he has 500k MT to work with. And so if you're no money spent, I like seeing a lot of the reward players. I really truly do like reward players if you are no money spent. The thing about it is he says he has enough tokens to get 3 pink diamonds. Now, I'm not going to tell you to get 3 pink diamonds, but what I am going to tell you to do is get 1 pink diamond, being JoJo White. And because the thing about it is, although I don't know why it's showing up as a diamond, he's a pink diamond. Although I don't think JoJo White is going to be that great, I think he's a big time upgrade over Fat Lever, and I have a hard time seeing us get, 7 better pink diamonds than JoJo White with this new content drop. So I don't have a problem with you getting 1 or 2 of the pink diamond rewards. I truly don't. So if I'm you, I'm getting JoJo White, and your squad is already looking a little bit better. Now, you have 500k MT to work with. Now, I'm not a big component of spending a lot of your MT. You know that if you're no money spent, you do not need to spend a lot of your MT. So I think your squad's looking pretty good right now. If I'm you, I'm maybe selling Stockton, honestly. If you want to sell Stockton, you definitely can. You can replace him with Fat Lever. But if you're trying to go for that Paul Pierce, then this is the squad I will work with. You can add a couple pieces, especially at that power forward position if you wanted to. The next player I'd look to replace is Sam Perkins, just because he's so slow. So if you wanted to replace Sam Perkins, even with a guy like Richard Jefferson, but Boris Diaw is probably the guy I would go with. And then that's just a little bit of an upgrade if you are grinding for Paul Pierce and want to maximize your squad. This next squad here was sent in by my guy Alex on Twitter, and he has 300k MT to work with, and he's 46,000 XP away from Curry. So Alex, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is use that XP, do whatever it takes to get Steph Curry. You can always sell those players back. So if you have to go get Pink Diamond Dominique for 3,000 XP, do it. Get Steph Curry, because I'm going to build your squad around Steph Curry. So let's say you get Steph Curry. You get Steph Curry, and by the end of it, you have, let's say, I'm going to go with 250 MT. By the end of it, you have Steph Curry, and I'm going to keep Darren Williams around. So now you got 250 MT to work with. Marbury, I love you, but you just simply put gotta go. Brian Winters, I love you too, and you gotta go too. So now, you add Clay. Now you're looking at 200k to work with to build the rest of your squad. Now the center position you said isn't good, and you're exactly right. The center position is absolutely terrible, but Pau Gasol is not going to help the issue at all. I'm going to have you pick up a guy like Amethyst Willis Reed to run with Steph, and inside big, you can run a pick and roll with him, move around screens with Steph, and I really do love that. The backup center position, I'm going to tell you to pick up Kristaps Porzingis, because in my opinion, I don't love KP, but he's still a very good option. Now he's running Ruby Mello still. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a huge fan of Ruby Mello. So I'm going to have, you know what, Clay, I'm gonna tell you to leave Brian Winters in here for now. And the reason I'm going to tell you to do that is because the small forward position isn't super loaded. And if you can hold on to Brian Winters, you can maybe pick up a guy like Paul George, a decent option there at the 4, and then your squad is starting to come together. I'm replacing Scalabrine with a guy like Bailey Howell, and now your squad is absolutely complete. You get Steph Curry, then you build around it from there. If you want to, you could eventually replace, the Brian Winters with a guy like Giannis, and then just move some pieces around. But for now, this is the squad I would look to build. This next squad here was sent in by my guy AC on Twitter, and looking at the squad, there's a lot to work with here. It says he has a little over 100,000 MT to work with, and that's just fine. The first piece of advice I'm going to give you is get rid of Luis Scola. Figure out what MT you can get for him and get rid of him. So the thing I'm going to say about this squad is I don't mind Brook Lopez that much with this squad, and I'm going to say that is because Brook Lopez is decent enough on the defensive end. He doesn't have a great 3-ball, but he is going to be able to knock down decently consistent. I don't mind his release either. And the good thing about all of this is he has Paul Pierce, who is very versatile. So my initial takeaways, I love Darren Williams, I love John Stockton. I'm not going to change that at all. Klay Thompson, I love him. Cooper, I love him. Eric Gordon, he's serviceable enough to get the job done. Now, at the power forward positions, I don't love Scalabrine at all. And so that's the first piece I'm looking to upgrade is Scalabrine right here. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to go with the good old reliable for you. I'm going to tell you to pick up Amethyst Richard Jefferson because I love him. I love his release, and I love what he can give you. Now, if you want to go with Bailey Howell, I'm not gonna be upset. Now, if you wanted to replace Brook Lopez with Kristaps, that's another option you have, and that's another option I would suggest if you're looking to build your best squad possible. But for you, you already have Paul Pierce. So I'm waiting, until the next season updates and just seeing where prices are at. But if you're looking to build the best squad, this is where I would start. This next squad here was sent in by my guy Cole on Twitter. Says he has 270,000 MT, and he doesn't know what to do with it. So the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is not overspend right now. Wait until the week happens because we're going to get some fire content this week, I have a feeling. And so don't overspend on any diamonds, pink diamonds, anything like that. But what I am going to try to do is give you some good budget options that you can really start to build your team around. So the first thing I'm going to suggest you do is pick up a guy like Michael Cooper. He's going for like 12,000 MT. It is a big time upgrade over any of the shooting guard small forwards that you currently have. Now, Nick Van Exel, Patty Mills are both fine. Eric Gordon's fine. Michael Cooper's a good addition to the squad. I don't mind Bruce Bowen at all. Tony, I like him. Bob Lanier, I like him. Ariza, he's decent enough, but maybe replace him. And I don't like Chris Bosh really at all either. But the thing is, at this current time, I'm not going to tell you to spend any MT. But when you do get to the point in which I'm going to suggest you to spend MT, with the players we do have now, I'm going to suggest that you pick up Klay Thompson eventually. Not now, but eventually you're going to want to pick up him. Then at the center position, you might want to look into a guy like Kristaps Porzingis, Willis Reed, even a Bill Laimbeer, possibly. Chris Bosh isn't terrible, but I would take Kristaps Porzingis over him every day of the week. Same thing here. I know I've been suggesting Boris Diaw a lot because I do like him quite a bit. And so now, I mean, you could really start to look at your squad and be like, wow, it's starting to come together a little bit. Again, I don't recommend you spending any MT now. I would wait, at least through Friday to see what we get. Thursday, we might get super packs. So just kind of be patient and see what comes. This next squad here was sent in by Wills on Twitter, has over 100K to work with, is 35,000 away from Curry. But his squad is kind of a mess, and this is going to be the last squad I do today, and it's kind of a messy situation, so it might take me a little bit to do. So, the first thing I'm going to suggest you to do is all these NBA players, Clay, PG, Kawhi, get rid of them. Sell them, liquidize your assets, because you're going to need whatever you can do, whatever sets you got to, not sets you got to complete, but whatever players you have to buy to get Steph Curry, you need to get all of those types of challenges done. And that includes selling Doc Rivers as well. What I'm going to tell you to do is plug in World Be Free right there, plug in Cooper right here, plug in Eric Gordon right there. So all the pieces that you just sold, you can plug these guys in right here, and you're looking legitimately just fine. If you want to, play the game, you can put in a budget Steven Jackson for now. But once you get Steph Curry, everything's going to come together. You're going to plug in Curry right here. You're still going to have 100K MT to work with. You got KD. You got Boris Diaw. You need to upgrade your center positions. I'm going to plug Porzingis in right there. I'm going to plug Willis Reed in right here. And your squad is really starting to come together. What I will say is it's going to take a little bit to get this squad to where it needs to be as far as MT is concerned, everything like that. But even now, your squad's already coming together. If you want to replace Scalabrini with a guy like, Bailey Howell, something like that, we're probably going to get better content today. So by the time, or this week, so by the time you get Steph Curry, I wouldn't necessarily tell you to upgrade all these positions, but even a guy like Klay Thompson is another guy I would look to add to the squad eventually. But as you guys can see, once you get Steph Curry, this squad is starting to come together. But guys, that is going to be the last squad of this episode of My Team Makeover. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Remember, every weekend, usually Sunday through Monday, or Saturday through Monday, I'll put out a tweet. You guys just got to reply for a chance to be featured in one of these episodes, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.